Right, all right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, let's, before we get into this storyline, let's go ahead and get our winners for the 12th. As you guys know, we are doing the countdown to Christmas. Now, today is the 11th where I am, but I know that people are already on the 12th in their own time zones where they may live. So, that's why we like to do it a little bit in advance. And also, guys, I heard in the comments that yesterday we had that video that I did. It was a long one and it jumped like crazy for some of you. I'm so sorry. That's a glitch I'm unfamiliar with, but I will really try to keep the videos shorter. Remember, we've been having problems with YouTube for a while now with longer videos not processing. I'm guessing it was connected to that. But anyway, we have a little husky baby again. I think we've seen a husky already. Okay, and our winners for the 12th are Andrea Vargas and Shauna 1313. So after I'm done with this video, I will, excuse me, I'll do a video for our two winners, and it'll be right there as a free link in the description box, okay? But you'll have to give me like 10 minutes after this video in order to do that and then put it there. In the meantime, comments are on this video. You guys can enter to win for tomorrow's drawing where I pick two more winners just by writing the word heal in the comment section. And the comments will be open as soon as I'm done with this live stream video. All right, so as we're doing this live stream, let's get into our story. So this is a specific love tarot. So let's take a look. And I do want to just kind of like nitpick any little details. My mind is kind of a bit of like almost a blank, other than more of like a feeling of, like I said, like I use the word nitpicking for a reason, because I feel like there's little minutia that's bugging somebody. So it's a little different way. Maybe it's not like I saw an image in my mind. It was more like a feeling of like tiny details, almost like, you know, when you get like a little tiny grain of sharp sand under like your toe in a pair of flip-flops, and it's like, oh my God, that's all I can feel, even though it's one grain of sand. Like that kind of feeling is what I'm getting off of this. Hi guys, so nice to see everybody. AC, Red and Albert Show, see Nelly Run, Lalu, Slay Princess, Bobby Harris, Perfectionist Virgo, Beth Ross, Sunflower Moon Power, Brave Pink Hero Green, and hi, honey. Hey, Richmond. Wonderful to see you, babe. That's awesome. I am joyful. Great to see you, sweetie. So we have temperance and we have justice in the reverse. If somebody is feeling like, okay, we got to talk about the minutia in a relationship. I want us to be in balance. I don't want to hold something against them, but it's going to need to be aired out. Okay, that could be great. This could be, it is time for two people to really, sorry guys, to really get to like the truth of something, or get down to the little details so they can smooth things out and make things right together. Hanged Man and Tower. Okay, so we're rocking 4 for 4 on the major arcana. So we know this is big. This is a very meaningful connection. We do have Aries, we've got Pisces, we've got Sag, and we've got Libra in this so far. I'm wondering if this is the conversation possibly that a masculine has wanted to have, but has also been delaying to have. It's like, things were pretty messed up between us, but I really want to work things out with her. I really do. And my ego is dropping, but I still don't know, how do I tell her, like, God, I just want us on track. Maybe this has been tiny things that have been making it difficult for these two to like see eye to eye, or, you know, be able to move smoothly in. But he's like, oh God, I would love to fix this. The Devil. Okay, I don't know if there was maybe false accusations made, or if he was thinking she's not going to be satisfied with me unless I make X amount of money or something. And that might have been him projecting his fears onto her. Something here about, because he's the one saying, I'm dropping my ego, and what I would like to do is work things out with her. But either he is puppeted and he says, you know, this is what my job is. I can't help it. I know my job is the issue. I'm not doing this for all the love of money. It's just that my job kind of like controls my time, because she's pissed about something. And it's, if she thinks that like all you care about is money, you're never around, that could be a huge source of problems for them. And he may be trying to explain or needs to explain that's not what it is. Maybe he's hanging on to a job, though, or has been for the sake of ego. Maybe he doesn't even like what he's doing anymore. But if that's been ripping apart their relationship, here's the thing. Even on the devil card, we actually have the yin yang. We actually have peace and harmony. And we have him wanting to make peace and harmony with this feminine. Please remember, I don't actually read for genders, but obviously we have the feminine on the, the card of peace and calm. We have him over here thinking about making a change, and we have him being puppeted. So that's why I'm reading it this way. But of course they could be, same-sex couple or reverse gender roles. Okay. So you want to smooth things out. All said and done, that's the biggest thing. We could definitely get things on track. He believes that, he wants that, he's willing to put in the effort for that. If anything, with the strength card here, this conflict has been, I do think she's pretty strong, and I think she doesn't bend. And maybe that is something that he admires about her. And then also, like, this could be where the two of them have butt heads because he can't understand why the other one operates the way the other one does. Sorry, whatever's in the air is just a mess for my lungs again. There's so many of the alerts on poor air quality lately, and I'm like, trust me, I'm a human walking alert system. So I'm sorry that I keep coughing at you guys a little bit. I feel really good today, but the cough is coming on. 7 of Swords sideways. I would say he definitely was trying to either hide from her, either how difficult his circumstances actually are, that he feels puppeted. Maybe this is somebody who's honestly met the woman of his dreams, who, if anything, would be like, quit that creepy job. It's taking all your time. They don't treat you nice. Who the hell cares about whatever the paycheck is? Don't stay there for the love of money. Maybe she thought he was obsessed with, money or title. And in fact, he's like, I'm wearing a mask every day trying to act like this is okay. She wouldn't probably put up with this, but, I've kind of felt like I had to. Maybe this is somebody where it's like, this is the status in life that I've acquired, and the, how am I supposed to step down from that? Because then I lose a title, and that could be perceived as like, wow, I'm a loser. Maybe this is why he stayed in something that was no good. This seems though like it was a career path, or, he was pursuing something that seemed like it was for money, and that's not actually what it was about. I almost feel like he wants to talk to her, at a really deep level about because I don't know if these two have any actual problems between the two of them. We don't see cheating, we don't see lying, we don't see that component. What we see is a career path is trashing this. That's the grain of sand under somebody's toe. That's the thing that's wrecking a connection. But it may be because it's taking over their ability to even have a connection. And if this is him finally saying, I would actually like to talk about this, that's the bottom line, to maybe admit it. Hey guys, good to see you. Deborah, Johnny, Ginger Montague. Hi babe, so nice to see you tonight. We have 6 of Wands and we have the Hermit. He's thought a lot about this, and I actually think what he's realized is she doesn't care. She's not going to think I'm any less successful for leaving something going on my own, even if it's not as financially stable. She doesn't care about my title. She never did. In fact, she hates if I'm in a career that puppets me. That's what she doesn't like. I already know what kind of person she is. She would be more proud of me that I would walk and bounce and go figure something else out than stay and have my life puppeted. I kind of think he knows that about her. And I think maybe this is him being able to say, God, this is what a real partner really is. They care more about your well-being. They care more about, your personal happiness and dignity and all of those things than they would ever care about your title or your money. And she wants you to not be after title and money, especially when it's making you freaking miserable and it's wrecking this connection. I think he already knows that that's the kind of person she is. And I think it's a huge relief, honestly. 8 of Wands. Okay, so that's what the conversation is going to be about. This feels like either two people that are already, together, but they've hit a bumpy patch. And it might have been all because of career, money, not the hey, you need to earn more. Why aren't you working more hours? No, it's the reverse. I don't want you to be gone all the time. I don't care about the money so much as I just care about us. I care about you being with me. It feels like this could be one of those rare stories where two people, they actually just really want to be together and the money doesn't matter. And this is what they need to talk about. But they got to talk about what that would actually look like, too. The Tower, the Six of Wands sideways, he is point blank going to be like, am I going to look like a loser if I step away from this, in your eyes? It's like, this is the reassurance that I think he's deep down needing from his partner. Like, are you not going to see me as successful? I don't know what his title was. I don't know what this is, but let's say, okay, there's like, you see those stories sometimes about like professional athletes or, actors and actresses, and then they step away from that career path. And it's almost like, if everybody assumes, oh, they must be so wealthy and set for life, when really they're just people, and money comes and goes for anybody. And then they wind up working like normal jobs. And it's like, oh, wow, they really fell from grace. No, they didn't. They're just a person who had one career path. Now they have a different career path. There's no such thing as like falling from grace. You choose a different path. You're allowed to do that in life. That doesn't mean anything about a failure. Stepping away from some crappy job, who cares what the title was? If it was destroying other aspects of your life, especially, I would say you'd be a fool to stay in something like that. That would be a failure if you're surrendering your peace of mind and happiness for a freaking job instead of living your best life. I just think it's so much more powerful for someone to have the courage to change course in their life than to, and that's what we're actually seeing. But he needs the reassurance. Like, if I step away from this career path, and it could be something like that, where it's like, this was my whole identity, because it's not like a translatable skill. It's like, if you're a pro athlete, you're a pro athlete or something, or if you're a rock star, you're a rock star. And then all of a sudden you're going to change careers and not play music anymore or do something different. I mean, I would still say in almost everything you have translatable skills, but I can still see that in this story, it's a very specific story where somebody has had a job where if they step down from it, that's not what they're going to do anymore. Is that going to look like they ran away from some fabulous career? Or is she going to look at them as less than? That's really what he needs to hear her say, even though I think he already knows. Like, God, no. That's what she wants. If anything, she's pissed he's been staying in something that is wrecking their connection. Not that she would be bothered at all that he would step away from something. Seven of Pentacles. He's taken a long time to maybe even be able to like gag out that question, because maybe that's a hard thing to say. Are you going to think I'm a loser if I step away from something? Even though I think deep down he's wanted to for a really long time. I hope that since he already knows that that's not who she is, I think he just needs the verbal reassurance, and maybe more than a few times, because this is also a scary change for him. Even if we walk away from something we know is wrong for us, still changing and going into the unknown can feel, like, oh my God, anxiety making. So I could see why he would need the reassurance from somebody, especially somebody that he loves and wants to be with. Eight of Cups sideways. The biggest thing is, are you sure you're not going to at some point want to walk away from me because I don't have that same title, I don't have that same job, or I don't have that same money? I think you already know the answer, but you still need, I get the fact that he would need to hear that from her. Anybody would need the reassurance, because it's almost like, am I making the right choice? Even though clearly she's been big pissed that he's not around enough, I could still understand why you would still need to be like, are you sure? Like, this is maybe the greatest evidence that he actually considers her to be his partner. The fact that for a big life change for himself, he almost wants, to stand united with a partner in saying, yes, this is definitely the better choice. If anything, I would read it like that. Like, that says a great deal about how important she is to him and how important her opinion is to him. What's the message for her on this? Sorry, Aries he's so loud lately, and I don't know what his deal is. Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands sideways. The message to her is like, if she's been waiting for him to broach, Aries, my love, come here, furry one. You did very good. You did very good. Now you can settle down, darling. I find it's better if I celebrate him than tell him to stop. He winds down faster. So, and I do like his voice. But with that Page of Pentacles and the Two of Wands sideways, the bottom line is she may not understand this, and the universe is giving her a little nudge. Like, he may not be saying bluntly or asking you bluntly. He may be coming at this in a very soft way. So on one hand, she's going to probably have to pick up the context clues. What he's going to need from me is the reassurance. And she may not read this 100%. This could be murky. He may not be the best at communicating this. He may come at this very, I don't know, like the roundabout way. He may almost act casual, like, well, I don't know. I was thinking that if I made some changes, wondering what that would look like, and just like leave it like that. That's not him saying, I want to leave this. It's awful, but I'm so worried you're not going to want to stay with me. You're going to think I'm a loser, blah, blah, blah. If I make this change, step down from this job. Like, I don't see him putting all those words out there. I see him making very light of something that's actually very important. So she's probably going to have to listen closely and to put herself in his shoes and say, what would I want to hear right now from my partner if I'm thinking about a big life change? What is he really saying to me? He's acting light about it, but this isn't a little thing. This is a big thing. It would be a big thing if it were me. So let me take it as a big thing. He's acting light about it. And she may be saying her best reaction is to be like, oh my God, that's exactly what I would want. That the sense of freedom you've had, that you would have if you left that behind, that is what would be very sexy. Somebody who can make change is way sexier than somebody who stays stuck in something. I think if she can show that she's actually like more attracted to the fact that he's dynamic and can fathom making change, that could be really, really like soul soothing to him. Strength card. I definitely think that her, because remember, he thinks she's quite strong. This would be her saying basically the thing he likes about her, saying, you're the same kind of person. I know you can do anything. Just the fact that you have the courage to make a change. Most people would be too petrified to even think about changing lanes, but you're somebody who walks your own path. If she can give him that same, like identify, this is a reason you and me are a good match because we're both courageous. You are going to be just fine. You have the power to make a change in your life. You want to make a change in your life. Most people don't have that ability to make the change if they don't like something, but you do, because that's why you're my partner. That's why we match, And I wonder if that's going to be the thing that like really sets a tone to say, not only do I have your back and I support you, but it's also exactly why I would want to stand beside you come hell or high water. We do things different because you and me, we're in this together. It's very sweet, actually. I feel like this is going to be a real turning point for these two, and I could see these two like being very successful together. It's absolutely a lovely. I'm so glad we got this message for tonight, because it looks like true partnership here, and helping each other through that moment where it's a little bit wobbly because there's change on the horizon, but it's a change that needs to happen, and this is how somebody stands like beside their mate. That was actually a really nice one. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Dwayne, great to see you. I'm totally with you. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you. Jacosted, hi. Thanks again, Luminous Marina, CDW. Oh, Beth Ross, that's amazing. That's amazing. Johnny the Carnut, right back at you. Good to see you. RT, hi, babe. Ionosaurus, thank you, everybody. All right, I'm going to bounce on out of here before the video gets too long and it does the skippy weird thing again. Give me 10 minutes and I will post the winners video as well in the description box. Bye, guys. Lots of love. And you guys can type heal in the description box, or excuse me, in the comments. That'll pop up here in just a minute. Bye.